My father was an alcoholic, and I grew up in an alcoholic home until I was 16. Dad decided he was going to quit drinking. So he went to AA and changed not only my life, but for generations to come. He was the one that started the recovery. He started the change, the heart change, where he began to help people instead of sucking the life out of everybody through his alcoholism. He turned his life around and he got a vision, and that was to help other alcoholics. And as I grew up in my mid-teens and my late teens, I saw a different man.
I am a domestic violence survivor, and I dealt with it through alcohol, and I got a DUI, and now I'm trying to rebuild my life. Since I've been at PADS, I've got my GED, and I'm going to school, studying business management at MCC. I just started this summer, online classes.
The garden now is only 2 acres. We plant vegetables. We employ the homeless and give them a little extra money. And hopefully that vision will be imparted into them. That will give them value. That will create in their heart a desire to pass that on.
It wasn't no more than about maybe 6 months, because I knew it was just something in me. You know, this life, that life, you know, it wasn't for me, you know. And seeing other people, you know, and seeing the difficulties and the struggles that they go through, I said, I could do better than this, you know.
I'd like to be a self-sustained farm, a place where the homeless can live in tiny homes. They can take those homes with them if they want, help them to get jobs and other housing if that's what they desire.
It's nice and peaceful out here. My most recent work was in healthcare, working in a hectic environments and seeing a lot of tragedy and what have you. And this is very peaceful. It's not really hard work, but you got to pay attention to what you're doing.
To walk the newcomers into a different place, into thinking differently about themselves, into having value, and knowing that they could do something with their lives. And that all requires a mentoring system.
I was an alcoholic. That's what got me homeless. I was a bad alcoholic. And actually becoming homeless, as weird as it sounds, made me want to stop. So meeting Jan and doing this, and you definitely can't be hungover. Come to work here, it's just not a good thing. And then I just didn't want to drink anymore, so it's worked out really well. But you can't tell anybody what to do when it comes to that. You can't. You can say it's possible to quit, but that's it. I mean, that's all. I was a bad drunk, so there's a difference.
I ended up homeless, through drinking, which wasn't a good idea. I gave that up 4 years ago. I don't know, Jan just got me all excited about doing this and trying to work with the community to give back to it. And I look forward to come out every year and work with Jan, plant the seeds, you know, reap the seeds, you want to call that way. So, I mean, it's a lot of fun, and it gives me something to do. I enjoy it, you know, and I also enjoy delivering food to the different church sites, some pantry places that Jan goes to drop off at the end of the year, and it's 600-700 pounds at a time. You know, it's amazing. What I have seen, I've never been homeless, but what I have seen is a person becomes homeless for so long, they believe they deserve to be there. And to pull out of that requires a mind and a heart change for them to start believing that they're valued, that they can pull themselves out, and to be able to ask for help and to know that that's okay.
I've never been homeless in my life, and you're only 1 to 3 paychecks away from it, most people. though they don't realize it until it happens to them. But there is a way out of it.
Janet had the vision for this a number of years ago. I remember hearing her talk about it. I remember actually somebody saying it'll never work, and she was never discouraged by that. She had a heart for it. She had a vision for it. She had to put together a business plan to make this all happen. And to see where that's at now, that, you know, she's seeing the fruition of that she has an actual working garden with volunteers, and then with, you know, employing homeless people and paying them and giving them purpose, and then it's a gift that keeps on giving.
It's great to work with my hands and see the end result.
Hopefully and eventually, one day in the near future, you know, I can look back and tell my grandkids, you know, hey, I was involved in something that's bigger than I was, you know, something that's far greater, and, you know, just giving back.
I have one son. His name is Kyle. I mean, he's seen me. He was so afraid towards the end before he like kicked me out of the house and says, Mom, I can't do it. He was afraid I was going to die in front of him. He was going to come home and I was going to be dead. So he's never been happier with me. He's got his mom back, yes. Yes, he does.
The last time I was here, we laid seeds, and now the stuff that is growing. So it's like to see something actually coming out of the ground.
And I believe that the people that work in the garden come away with a feeling of accomplishment. But most of all, I think I'm working on heart change. The Aarrk Garden is a segue into society for the homeless.